Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to 2021. Let's hope it's a better year for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness this year than it was last year. Now, let's get off the plots there. I'm just going to put this up, try and get it up before 5 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, because at 6 o'clock there is a live chat with the Queen of Canada. So I'm going to try and make that. You pop along if you can to it as well. It's ACS. If you type in ACS into YouTube, capital A, capital C, lowercase s, that's her channel. It's Chrissy. So we're going to be getting along there to see Chrissy over in London, Ontario, in Canada. So let's crack on. All right, hope you enjoy this. Done a bit more on the polytunnel today. So yeah. Happy New Year. See you up at the plots. Hello. Well, it's -1 today, boys and girls. And just for Arkansas woodcutter, I've left my tooth out as a special treat for Mark. We're going to be doing some digging. We're going to be clearing this out, this snow out from here, and trying to level off, and maybe even get some beds in and some weed membrane down. So yeah, we'll crack on. So this is how we're looking at the moment on Tiki Tunnel 2. We've had about 6 inches of snow altogether over the last few days, and it's slowing me up with everything. So I'm just going to crack on, basically. I'm going to crack it on. It's higher at that side with the soil and the snow, obviously, by about 6 inches, and it goes down and drops off there. I'm going to equalise that and get rid of all that snow, dig a trench for the path, and hopefully get in that timber and make a bed or two. Right, that's the plan. So I've just dug out a bit of a trench down the centre there for the pavers, when we get the pavers on. Now the pavers are 2 feet by 3 feet, and there's a couple of well, there's one that's a 2 foot, but I can get about 8 feet in now, which should take us up to the second window. Might even be able to get the rest in, but I don't know how much sand I've got. But anyway, there we go. We're going to get them in. So I've dug down about 3 inches there, so that it's just below the base plate of this threshold at the front. It's a double layer of the weed membrane on top. In fact, it's a quadruple layer at the front here because I folded it over a little bit. I'm going to put the sand on top and then get the first paver down. I'm not built for snow and ice, me. I'd happily live in Mexico. I'd happily live on the Mayan Riviera. Yeah, I'd have a catamaran and a patch on my eye, and just go fishing. You're not going to believe this. It's been so cold that I'll show you. The sand has frozen. I've never seen that before, frozen sand like that. It was a solid block inside its bag. I've just had to bash it about to get it out of the bag. So I tried to smash up the frozen sand, but I've decided it's probably beating a deceased equine to continue with that, or urinating against a backdraft. So I put the first bed in instead on that side. Now we're using 1 by 6 inch treated tannalised timbers, stained timbers as well, to create our bed down there. So it's 6 inches deep. It's probably going to be 8 inches altogether, but I've just got the first section in there, if you like. I'll probably be going down with a 2 by 2 underneath that, but that's about the right height for me. I'm going to dig out all the mud and crappy soil that's got all the weeds in it, the perennial weeds in it, the bindweed and the horse's tail. Take that down to a level, so it's going to be about 8 inches deep, the actual bed. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So when I was putting this in, I made sure that I measured with a tape measure the distance, not from there, but from there, oops, sorry, not from there, but from there, because that stands out prominently by about 2 inches, that. So I measured the distance, and the distance came to that. Okay, which is about 32 inches. And I did the same thing on this side. Okay, and in the middle too. And then I hammered some staves in. Now the staves are just 2x2 timber. Got one over here actually, by way of an example. So that's 2x2 battening, which is about 30 centimetres or 1 foot in length. Now half of that goes into the ground, and the other half stays prominent above the ground, giving you a fixing point for when you put your 6x2 actual bed sides on. So I'm making sure then that we've got equidistance between the wall and the bed side all the way along. You might need to adjust it slightly as you're going, but also once those are in, you can raise your 6x2s up, screw them in where you need to screw them in, making sure that you're keeping your level. Your bubbles in the middle, which that one more or less is, isn't it? And that goes all the way across, because we're piecing it. We've got 2 6-foot lengths of the timber there. We're having to piece it in the middle there. So there's an extra stave there as a joining piece, as something for the 2 boards to fix to, so that they're both at the same height and the same level, and they run through as they go along. Now I'm going to put a couple more staves in. I'm going to put one in the middle of this, so it's every 3 foot basically. We'll have a stave. I'm going to put another one perhaps there. I might put 2 more actually, just to get it nice and solid. But all they'll be doing now is I'll be sending them down with the lump hammer, making sure that we're not deforming our side. I'll be sending that through with the lump hammer into the soil, and then screwing to in the same way that I've done with the other ones. So I'm going to do that now and get that nice and solid, and I'll get back to you. Okie dokie. So the yellow tape you can see there at the back, the measure is 26 inches. So that means that the pathway is going to fall probably equidistant between the beds. We're going to have the same sort of depth, which is 2.5 feet on the beds, 26 inches in the middle for the path. Now the flagstones or paving stones, the slabs, are 24 inches, but that gives us a little bit of an inch of a riddle room when we're fitting those flags in there. And what I'll do once the flags are in, where the gaps are along the sides, I'll fill that with some pea gravel or just some grit or something like that, and that'll be the soak away part for when it gets wet inside. If it gets wet inside, it shouldn't do once the roof's on, but that'll help to pack those flags in around the sides, pack the side of the beds in as well, and the job will be a good solid job. As I say, I'm going to be taking away a lot of the old dirt and wood chip and everything from the sides and dropping it down to a level so that we'll have about 8 to 10 inches of actual depth in those beds. Once the pavers are down, the pavers are going to go probably about a couple of inches up the sides of the flag of the beds, and so yeah, you'll have a good, neat, tight job in there. I don't want to raise that paving too high. That's why I've dropped the level and that's why I did the trench earlier, because once you're inside here, if you're a 6-footer, which I'm just short of, you don't want to be sort of like running the risk of banging your head on the bars or anything, which we won't do, because we'll have a good I would say 3 or 4 inch clearance there. And Helen being smaller, she's only 5'4", she'll have plenty of elbow room inside her new polytunnel. Okay, now I keep saying it's coming together and we're getting there, but we are definitely getting there. It's just the weather. I mean, you can see it's a frozen tundra at the moment. It's very cold. We've not got above 0 degrees today. It's been really cold. I've got to remember to go over and take Mick's ladder down as well from over there, so remind me about that. Take it down and store it away. He's been altering the wind turbine the blades were on the wrong way around and it was actually going in reverse. That's why we weren't getting a charge off it. Mick was struggling to get a charge off it because it was going in reverse. The instructions were in Chinese, so yeah, you can't blame him for that. But now it's corrected. That should be fine. We just need some wind for the turbine now. On old Mac Darby's farm, check him out. Old Mac Darby's farm. Right, so that's us for today, I think, innit, boys and girls? We've got the trench in, got the weed membrane down there. Just a matter now of completing the opposite side, getting all that old dirt out, which is full of the bindweed and horse's tail, getting the further membranes down, creating those beds correctly, and stocking them up with new growing medium. So yeah, and then hopefully, if we do get some sun, it was supposed to be sunny and warm today, like about 5 or 6 degrees and sunny. We have got a bit of blue sky, but we haven't had any sun at all, really. It's all been behind the clouds over there. But yeah, we need that before we get the sheeting on, so the sheeting may be a little bit longer. We may have to wait for that. But I'll put those beds in anyway, you know, it gives me something to do, doesn't it, hey? Keeps me out of trouble. So we've got plenty of staves there to keep it in place. As you can see where the join is in the middle, I've actually put 3 staves in there just to give it a good fix. Because if it's going to go, it'll go there. But that should be more than adequate, I'll bet that. Right. Nice one. Keeps me on the path to righteousness, doesn't it, boys and girls? Anyway, Mark from Arkansas Woodcutter, I hope you like the gapless, well, the missing tooth. He likes the missing tooth, Mark. He's a bit strange like that. Right, I'm going to get off. I'm going to get a nice hot bath, I think. That'll be good, won't it? Right, keep growing with your heads down. Happy New Year, boys and girls. Let's hope that 2021 is a fantastic growers year, in the way that 2020 was. But we want to get rid of this situation, as I call it. We want the situation to cease, don't we? So we can all get out there and live a free and libertarian life. Right, we'll catch you later, boys and girls. Take care. Keep growing with your heads down. And if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. You've been fantastic, beautiful and fragrant if you're a lady. Macho, masculine, forthright if you're a gentleman. And if you've been something in between, you've been something in between, haven't you? All right. Take care now. I'll catch you later. And don't forget, 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, I think it is. 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time tonight. It's Chrissy at ACS. She's doing a live. Surprise her by going and saying hello. It's her first live. She's a great person, Chrissy, so you'll enjoy that. And we'll all be on there, all the growers. Alright, take care, boys and girls. Bye-bye.